Welcome back to What's Matter. Today we're going to be showing a video on how to seal up some floored/ceiling joist cavities. And you might have this same problem at your house if you've got some rooms that are uncomfortable, meaning they're warmer in the summer and colder in the winter than other rooms in your house. So we're going to show you what might be a potential cause of that problem and how to seal that up. So before you start this project, you want to collect together the stuff you're going to need to get it done. Now we've got a big respirator that we use every day because we're doing it every day. But you could get you some of these paper masks that'll do just as good of a job for you for the short time you're going to be doing it. So get you a mask to cover up, because you are going to be messing with fiberglass, messing with insulation, making a lot of fibers, so make sure you don't get them down in your lungs. And you're going to need a tape measure, because you got to measure the depth of their ceiling joist cavities. And then you also want to measure how long that wall is, how much of this foam board you're going to need. Then you're going to need an insulation knife, because we're going to be trimming some fiberglass batt insulation to fit within these ceiling joist/floor joist cavities. So this is the fiberglass batt insulation. Now we had on hand R19. So when we use this, we're going to be doubling it up upstairs, but this is what I'll use to cut it. If you notice, this has got a paper facing on it. We're going to take, when we get up in the attic, we're going to take that paper facing off because it makes it much easier to cut. And I'm not having to try to staple it in place in a wall or anything, so I don't need this paper facing. Then we're going to use this straight edge and a razor knife that I've got here in my pocket to cut that foam board that we're going to use to actually air seal those floor joist/ceiling joist cavities. So straight edge, razor knife. So this is the sheet of foam board you're going to want to buy. It's 1/2 inch, but you'll notice it's got a foil facing on it. Now by the building code, to be able to leave this exposed in an attic, you have to have the foil facing on it, which is why we recommend that you buy this with the foil facing. Now it's 1/2 inch, it's got an R value of R3, I believe. But you're not really worried about the insulation value of it, you're just worried about it being a rigid piece of foam board that you can work with, that you can bend easily, all right? You'll be able to fit to those holes. So 1/2 inch thick is what you want. The thicker it gets, the harder it gets to work with. So get a 1/2 inch piece of foil faced foam board, and that'll be your rigid air barrier that you're going to use to seal up those floor joist cavities that we were showing you. So I'm going to take my tape measure here on my ruler, however you know, I've got a ruler, so I'm going to use it. I'm just going to mark it 11.5 inches. I'm just putting my ruler between the two marks. I'm going to pick it up and you'll bend it. There it is. That's how easy that stuff is to cut. And because it's got that paper backing on the back of it, a lot of times I've got to come back, and I've already got it scored good. So as I stand it up, I just got to cut that paper. It'll keep me from breaking that foam board. Here's the piece that I've trimmed. It's now 11.5 inches wide, which is the depth of our ceiling joist, floor joist cavities up there. So now we'll head on up to the attic. We'll show you the next steps. So when we were doing the home energy audit at this house, we found these floor joists that were open. When I say floor joists are open, I mean that from the attic to going under this room over here, these floor joists weren't sealed at the edge, and there's no insulation underneath this other space over here. So you got a bedroom over here, and after you leave this attic, you're going into a bedroom. Then below us is another bedroom. So these are not just the floor joists for this room, they're also the ceiling joists for the room below. So we've got to make sure that these are sealed and well insulated. So when we pull this back, you'll see what I'm talking about. So the homeowner talked about this room having big swings in temperature, meaning it's hot in the summer and cold in the winter, which is one of the things that led us to want to check these floor joist cavities. So when we came in here and we pulled this insulation back, this is what we found. We found that there was nothing sealing it, nothing blocking it. Before I keep pulling more of this insulation back, I need to put my mask on. But it's completely open. There's nothing sealing this when there's no insulation underneath there. So as we pull it back, we see nothing sealing it. So now we've got all the insulation cleared back. Now it's time to insulate the edge of this and then seal it with a piece of foam board. So we're going to be using just fiberglass bat insulation to do it. This is an R19 bat. You could use an R30 if you wanted to, but we used a double up with an R19 to get us a good insulation level. We'll just totally fill that cavity. We'll show you that in just a minute. And then we'll show you the sealing of the edge of it. Before I get to cutting on this insulation again, I'm gonna make sure I put my mask back on. So I'm just laying the insulation out across the opening, so I know what size it is. I'll double it up. I'm going to take that. All right, so cut the insulation. It fills the cavity all the way from the ceiling up to the ceiling below, the floor above. We'll case it back there at the edge of this wall. I want it to be in plane with this wall here. So now that insulation that's in the wall continues all the way down. Now we're going to take it. We're going to take that piece of foam board that we've already cut to the right height, and we're going to lay it across this to get the length right. And I'm going to get a razor knife to do it with. This stuff's really easy to cut. We're just going to go right on the inside of that. We'll just pull. All right, cross through there. You see how easy it broke on the back of this. Then I've got to come down on this side so I don't rip it off. There we go. Not straight at all, but that's not going to matter because we're going to use some spray foam to fill in the gaps. And look at that. It fits. Not super tight, but tight enough where it holds it in place. I don't have to hold it up, which is what I want to be able to do. Because again, we're not going to, no one's ever going to be messing around with this again. It's going to get buried back here. So it's in place. So I cut it tight enough where it stands up. So what we recommend people buy, you know it costs a little bit, is one of these guns that the foam sprays onto. If you got a bunch of these to do, like we do here, I wouldn't want to try to do this with a can of that great stuff for the little straw coming off of it. It's going to be very frustrating, very hard to do. This is going to cost you a little bit more, but it makes the job a whole lot easier to do. And you use a can of spray foam to seal up the edges. So we're going to do that now. So you start on the edge, work your way up and down, doesn't matter. It's where you're bent. Where you're sealing up all these edges. And that floor joist cavity is now insulated and sealed. We showed you one of the easiest ones to do is there's nothing going through that floor joist cavity. But you're going to have ones that are going to have a plumbing pipe going through, a stack pipe. You're going to have ones that have got a HVAC vent going through it, a supply duct going in there that goes down to the ream below that you're going to have to work around. But you just trim your foam board to fit in those cavities. Not a big deal. That's why you use foam board, because it's so easy to trim and cut and fit around stuff. Cavities like this with other stuff, spray foam's pretty much a must if you really, really want to get short off. But again, remember, you're going from wide open to shrinking it the best you can. But you do want to use that air barrier instead of just the insulation. This air moves through that insulation. It needs something solid. Now we've got that one insulated and sealed. Well, we're going to repeat that process for all these other floor joist cavities here. And then we'll be moving this insulation back in place to make sure that we've got everything well insulated, the coverage is back. So now that we've sealed up all the, insulated and sealed up all the floor/ceiling joists, then we redistributed this insulation. So we made sure that we got it as even as we could. Now we've got back to that R38 13-inch depth that you want on your ceilings. Thanks again for watching Watts Matter, and we'll see you next time.